Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Come on in, have a seat, relax, and enjoy. Today I'm going to be talking about my Invisalign and how I've been having problems 4 weeks in. So I'm not sure if I know the terminology for the attachments properly, so I'm going to be calling the regular attachments and the metal attachments buttons, I guess. So getting right into it, as I said, I'm 4 weeks into my treatment and my buttons and attachments have fallen off several times already. And the reason for that is I have a bite problem. So I have metal attachments or buttons that I put my elastics onto, and these attachments protrude much more than the ceramic attachments. So the buttons protrude much more than the ceramic attachments because they're protruding out to catch onto the rubber band essentially. So 4 weeks in, I've already had to replace 3 attachments, which is really a big problem because I have a 2-year treatment and my orthodontist is 15 miles away. Not to mention, you don't want to constantly go to your orthodontist and say, oh, my button fell off again. Oh, my button fell off again. You must be like, what the hell is he eating? And I'm not even eating anything that's super hard. So, getting right into it, the first time I went in, I think my attachments didn't get attached properly because when I went in to get one of my attachments reattached, one of the attachments didn't even stick to begin with because it was in the aligner they used to put my attachments on. They redid a couple of my attachments and sent me back home. Attachments have held wonderfully since then. And the good thing about attachments is they're not protruding out a lot, so they don't really catch onto the food and get dragged off with the food and you don't swallow them essentially. But when it comes to these buttons, if you can see that, it's like a metal attachment. I have 3 on each side of my face. So one on the top fang, one on the bottom fang, and one in the back. I have a bit of an overjet, so it's pulling it down and pulling it backward essentially. But these buttons are protruding out much more. So when you eat something that's even mildly hard, they catch really easily and come off. And these buttons have come off twice in the past week. So about a week ago, one of these attachments fell off. I scheduled an appointment, went, got it reattached. 2 days later, that same button came off. So essentially what I'm saying is, if you have a bite problem, honestly, I'd opt to go for braces because these things fall off super easily. At least when you have braces, the buttons are attached with a wire that essentially keeps it in place and makes it more difficult to pop off because the other ones are kind of supporting it through the wire. And when it comes to this, it's like just hanging out in the middle of nowhere, just protruding, and when it catches on food, it just pops off with the food and you swallow it and you notice after you've brushed your teeth that the button is missing. And obviously if the button is missing on one side, you can't put an elastic on the other side either because you don't want uneven results. So buttons are a big hassle. They really need to find a better way to attach these because they're coming off super easily. As I said, I'm not eating any super hard foods. Even mildly hard foods are grabbing onto these attachments and pulling them off. I've given up on chips. I've given up on M&Ms because they just break my attachments and break my buttons. So anyways, guys, hope you guys found this informative. Definitely take this into account when you're thinking about getting Invisalign or braces. If you have a bite problem, I'd opt to go for braces. I honestly did want to go for braces myself, but my orthodontist felt super comfortable about me getting Invisalign. He said my problem wasn't that big. And now Invisalign can also treat overbites, overjets, stuff like that. So he told me to go with Invisalign. I took his advice, and I'm having a bit of a problem, so I'm going to have a talk with him the next time I get in there and tell him if there's any other way of attaching these super firmly because they're coming off super easily. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button. If you like this type of content in general, hit that subscribe button as well as the post notification bell. But other than that, I will see you guys later, and until then, have an amazing day.